Hello, and welcome. If you are a woman over the age of 60, and you have ever stood in front of the mirror and quietly wondered, where did that spark go? This message is for you. This is not about chasing youth. It's not about turning back the clock. This is about rediscovering something far more powerful: your radiance, your confidence, your presence. Because you are not invisible. You have not faded. And no, you are not too old to feel beautiful, bold, and completely alive again. Today, we are going on a journey, a makeover that goes far beyond clothes or makeup. This is about how you care for yourself, how you carry yourself, and how you step forward into this chapter with strength and joy. So wherever you are right now, sitting quietly with a cup of tea, getting ready for your day, or simply taking a few minutes to reconnect with yourself, I invite you to listen closely. What we are about to explore just might change how you feel in your skin, how you see yourself in the mirror, and how you show up in the world. Let's begin. 1. Reclaiming your space. Let me start with this. One of the most powerful things you can do for yourself, at any age, but especially after 60, is to reclaim your space. Not your physical space necessarily. I'm talking about your presence, the way you walk into a room, the way you take up space in your own life. Over time, many women begin to shrink themselves, not just in posture, but in energy. They dress to blend in. They speak a little softer. They apologize for taking up room, even with their opinions or their joy. And it's not your fault. Society often tells women that once we pass a certain age, we should step aside, make room, become quieter. But here's the truth. You are not done. You are not past your prime. You still have every right to be seen, heard, and celebrated. So let me ask you, when was the last time you wore something that made people look twice? Not because it was flashy, but because it radiated confidence. When was the last time you stood tall and felt proud of the woman you've become? Not despite your age, but because of it. This week, I want you to do something simple but powerful. Choose one small thing that makes you feel visible again. Maybe it's a bold scarf, a red lipstick, a beautiful brooch you've had tucked away for years. Wear it, not for anyone else, for you. Because reclaiming your space starts with the message you send to yourself, that you still matter, that you are still vibrant, that you are still here. You don't need to shout it. Just stand tall. Let the world adjust around you. 2. Style that loves you back. Let's talk about style. Not the kind you see in magazines, but the kind that feels right on your body and in your heart. After 60, your relationship with clothing often changes. Your body may have shifted, your energy may be different, but your desire to feel good in your own skin is still very much alive. That's why personal style matters now more than ever. It's not about impressing anyone. It's about honoring yourself. So many women reach a certain age and begin to dress in a way that hides who they are. They go for oversized clothes, darker colors, or the same safe outfits they've worn for years. Not because they love them, but because they feel like blending in. But hiding is not the same as healing. And playing it safe isn't always what your soul needs. Style that truly serves you is about finding clothes that fit your life, your shape, and your spirit right now. That starts with understanding your body type. Not to label yourself, but to learn what flatters you. For example, a neckline that opens the chest can soften your face. A gently tailored jacket can shape your waist. High-waisted pants can lengthen your legs. These are simple adjustments that help clothes work with your body instead of against it. And then there's color. Color has the power to lift you, physically and emotionally. Many women find that their best colors shift as they age. Gray or silver hair, or a softer skin tone, often pairs beautifully with jewel tones, pastels, and warm neutrals. If you've been wearing black for decades, it might be time to explore deep navy, rich plum, soft rose, or sage green. These colors bring light back to your face and make you look more awake and alive. If you're nervous about wearing color, start small. A scarf, a blouse, even a pair of earrings can ease you in. And if you love neutrals, play with texture. A cotton shirt under a cashmere sweater or a smooth silk scarf with a wool jacket can make even neutral outfits feel rich and interesting. Most importantly, let your style reflect your presence. Let it say, I am still here, I am still me, and I'm not fading into the background. You don't need permission to take up space. You don't need a reason to feel beautiful. You already are. 3. Skincare and hair that heal. Let's talk about something that's deeply personal for many women. Your skin and your hair. These are not just beauty topics. They're emotional. Because our skin and hair are part of how we recognize ourselves, how we feel in the morning, and how we show up in the world. Over time, our skin changes. It becomes thinner, drier, and more sensitive. What worked at 40 might not work anymore, and that's okay. Aging skin doesn't need to be fixed. It needs to be supported. One of the best gifts you can give your skin is moisture. A good moisturizer isn't about covering things up. It's about giving your skin what it needs to feel comfortable and cared for. Look for gentle, nourishing ingredients. Avoid harsh scrubs or products that strip the skin. Your skin has earned softness. It deserves care, not correction. And don't underestimate the power of a simple skincare routine. Cleanse gently. Moisturize daily. Use sunscreen, even on cloudy days. These habits aren't about trying to look young. They're about protecting what you have and helping your skin feel its best. Now, let's talk about hair. For many women, hair can feel like a source of frustration. Maybe it's thinning. Maybe it's coarser. Maybe you've gone gray, or you're thinking about it. Here's the truth. Gray hair is not giving up. It's not letting yourself go. It can be stunning, elegant, and full of character. What matters is that you choose what feels right for you. If coloring your hair makes you feel vibrant, do it. If letting it go natural gives you freedom, embrace it. Neither choice is wrong. What matters is that it's your choice, not something you feel pressured into by society. And just like skin, hair needs new care as it changes. You might need richer conditioners, leave-in treatments, or a gentler shampoo. A good haircut also makes a world of difference. Layers can bring movement. A shorter cut can feel fresh and easy. Soft bangs can open up the face. Makeup fits into this conversation too. You don't need to wear more makeup. Often, you need less. But more intentionally. A touch of cream blush, a little brow definition, a tinted lip balm. These small things can make you look more rested and alive without feeling made up. The goal isn't to cover your age, it's to reflect your light. Aging doesn't dull your beauty. It just shifts how that beauty shows up. Taking care of your skin and hair is not vanity. It's part of self-respect. It's part of looking in the mirror and saying, I am still here. I still matter. Because you do. Every wrinkle, every silver strand, they're not signs of fading. They're signs of living. Chapter 4. Wellness equals beauty. Let's take a moment to talk about wellness, not as a trend, but as the true foundation of how you feel and how you shine. Because no matter how beautiful your clothes are, or how carefully you apply your skincare, you can't glow on the outside if your body and spirit are running on empty. Wellness after 60 is not about strict diets or pushing yourself through punishing workouts. It's about listening to your body, understanding what it needs now, and responding with kindness. Food is a big part of that, not just for weight, but for energy, for clarity, for mood. You don't have to eat perfectly. Life should still include joy. A piece of chocolate, a slice of cake with a friend, or pizza on a movie night with your grandkids. But day to day, your body craves real nourishment. Leafy greens, colorful vegetables, healthy fats, whole grains. These are the things that fuel your brain, your bones, your skin, your hormones. And let's not forget hydration. As we age, we often lose our natural sense of thirst. But water is essential for digestion, for energy, even for joint comfort. Try keeping a beautiful water bottle near you, or flavor your water with lemon or cucumber if plain water feels boring. Movement is just as important. Not exercise for the sake of burning calories, but movement that brings joy and strength back into your body. Walking, stretching, swimming, yoga, dancing in your kitchen, it all counts. Especially movement that supports your balance, posture, and core strength. These things protect your independence and confidence as you age. You don't have to spend hours at the gym. Even 10 minutes a day of intentional movement can make a difference. And if you've been feeling stiff or tired, sometimes moving more, gently, regularly, is the very thing that starts to bring your energy back. Wellness also means rest, good sleep, quiet moments, space to breathe. Many women spend decades taking care of everyone else, children, spouses, parents, and somewhere along the way, they forget to rest. Now is the time to return to yourself. Take walks in nature. Listen to music that calms you. Turn off the television and light a candle. Create space in your day that belongs only to you. Because beauty after 60 is not just about what you see in the mirror. It's about how you feel when you wake up, how steady your feet feel when you walk, how clearly your mind works, how calm your heart is. Wellness is not about chasing youth. It's about staying well enough, strong enough, peaceful enough to enjoy the life you've worked so hard to build. When you nourish your body, care for your spirit, and move with intention, something beautiful happens. Your face softens, your eyes brighten, your energy shifts. You stop trying to look younger, and instead, you feel fully alive. And that, my friend, is the most radiant beauty there is. 5. Try something new. Let's talk about something that might feel a little uncomfortable at first. Trying something new. At this stage of life, it's so easy to get caught in routine. You know what brands you like, what colors you usually wear, what stores you shop at. And in some ways, there's comfort in that. Familiarity can feel like safety. But there's also a quiet danger in it. The danger of slowly losing your sense of adventure. When was the last time you surprised yourself? Not by doing something big or dramatic, but by stepping just a little outside your usual box. Maybe you tried on a dress you didn't think would suit you, or walked into a boutique that felt a little too trendy, or even just wore a shade of lipstick you hadn't touched in decades. Trying something new isn't about changing who you are. It's about reconnecting with the parts of yourself that may have been tucked away. The playful part, the curious part, the bold part. These parts don't disappear with age. They just get quieter when life gets busy, or when we're told by the world that after a certain age, we should just settle. But here's the truth. You are never too old to evolve. You're never too old to be surprised by your own reflection. And you're never too old to enjoy something for the first time. Trying something new could mean experimenting with your wardrobe, yes. But it could also mean saying yes to an art class, joining a walking group, learning how to use a new app on your phone, or starting a journal. It could be as simple as taking a different route on your daily walk, or cooking a dish you've never made before. These are small actions, but they awaken something powerful, a sense of possibility. And when you open that door, even just a crack, new energy starts to move through your life. You might notice you walk a little taller, you smile a bit more easily, you feel more connected to the world around you. Trying something new keeps you mentally flexible. It keeps your brain engaged. But most of all, it reminds you that your life is still unfolding, that you're still learning, still growing, still alive in every way that matters. And I know stepping out of your comfort zone takes courage, especially when you feel like the world is watching, or judging, or expecting you to stay in your lane. But here's the secret. Most people aren't paying nearly as much attention as you think. And the few who are, let them. Let them see you choosing joy, curiosity, and confidence. Let them witness a woman who still has fire in her heart. So here's a gentle invitation for you this week. Try one new thing. Just one. Something small, manageable, and just outside your usual habits. Maybe it's a bold accessory, or a new class, or simply introducing yourself to someone new. And when you do, take a moment to notice how it feels, not just in your body, but in your spirit. You might be surprised at how much life is still waiting for you, just outside the edge of what's familiar. The world has more to offer, and you have more to offer the world. You're not finished. You're just getting started in a new, beautiful, unexpected way. 6. The power of compliments. Let's pause for a moment and talk about something beautifully simple. The power of a compliment. Not the kind you give out of habit, but the kind that comes from the heart. The kind that stops someone in their tracks and makes them feel seen. As women get older, something strange tends to happen. Compliments become rare. People stop noticing your outfits. They stop commenting on your smile, your laugh, your energy. Not because those things have faded, but because somehow society forgets to look. And when that happens for long enough, you can start to feel like you've disappeared, but you haven't. And one of the most beautiful ways to remind yourself, and others, that we're still here is through kindness, specifically through the small, powerful gift of saying, "You look lovely today." Or, "I love how you put that scarf with your jacket." Or, "Your energy is so warm, it made my day." A compliment, especially between women, is more than just words. It's a signal, a connection. It says, "I see you." And for someone who hasn't felt seen in a long time, those 3 little words can be life-changing. Think about the last time someone genuinely complimented you. Do you remember how it made you feel? Did you walk a little taller? Smile without realizing? Carry that good feeling through the rest of your day? That feeling matters. It has weight. It lingers longer than we think. Now imagine giving that feeling to someone else, especially another woman who might be going through the same quiet struggle you've experienced. The woman in the grocery store wearing a bright red coat, the one walking her dog in matching earrings and lipstick, the lady sitting alone at the coffee shop, reading a book. We often admire others in silence. We notice something, we think it, and then we move on. But what if you said it out loud? What if you took 2 seconds to speak the admiration you're already feeling? That small moment of courage could light up someone's whole day. It's also important to remember to compliment yourself. So many of us have an inner voice that critiques, judges, or downplays. But that voice can be retrained. When you catch your reflection in the mirror, instead of saying, "Oh, I look tired," try saying, "You're doing great. You look like someone who's lived and loved deeply." That shift in self-talk might feel awkward at first, but over time, it creates real change in how you carry yourself. Compliments don't cost a thing, but they're incredibly valuable. And in a world that often forgets to celebrate older women, we can choose to celebrate each other. We can build a culture of support and kindness, one small moment at a time. So here's something to try this week. Give a compliment to another woman, someone you know, or even better, someone you don't. It doesn't have to be about looks. It could be her energy, her voice, the way she walks, the joy in her laugh. And when someone compliments you, don't deflect it. Don't say, "Oh, this old thing." Just smile and say, "Thank you. Receive it fully. You deserve to. In a world that often forgets to tell us how radiant we still are, let's be the ones who remind each other. Because when women lift each other up, no matter our age, something powerful happens. We start to believe again, in ourselves, and in each other. 7. Posture, presence, power. Let's talk about something you might not think of as beauty advice. Your posture, your presence, and the quiet power that lives in the way you carry yourself. We often focus so much on what we wear, how our skin looks, or the color of our hair. But there's something deeper that speaks before we ever say a word, and that's how we move through the world. Have you ever noticed someone who walks into a room without saying anything, yet everyone turns to look? It's not always their outfit, or their age, or their appearance. It's their energy, their presence, the way they stand, hold their shoulders, lift their chin, and move like they belong there. You might think that kind of presence is reserved for models, celebrities, or women who've always been confident. But that's not true. Presence can be learned. And for many women, it begins with one small physical shift, your posture. As we age, our posture naturally begins to change. We sit more, we round our shoulders, we look down at our phones, and we start to curl inward, not just physically, but emotionally. Without even realizing it, we begin to shrink. But here's the thing. You deserve to take up space. You deserve to be seen, to walk tall, to own your presence in the world. And posture is the foundation of that presence. Standing tall isn't about stiffening or forcing yourself to look proper. It's about aligning with your own strength. It's about rooting down into the ground and lifting up through your spine so that your body says without a word, I am here and I matter. Small adjustments can create big shifts. Roll your shoulders back. Gently lift your chest. Keep your head level, not tilted downward. These things don't just change how others see you. They change how you feel inside your own skin. Improving your posture can also help with balance, reduce pain, and increase energy. Activities like yoga, Pilates, Tai Chi, or even simple stretching can help bring your body back into alignment. If you spend a lot of time at a desk, or reading, or on your phone, be mindful of how often your body folds forward. Try to counter that with movements that open your chest and engage your core. And remember, presence is not just physical, it's emotional, it's spiritual. It's the quiet confidence that comes from knowing who you are and no longer needing to prove anything. When you walk into a room with kindness in your eyes and steadiness in your step, people notice. You don't need to wear something loud. You don't need to be the youngest, the tallest, or the thinnest. What you do need is to believe, even just a little, that you belong wherever you are. That belief shows up in your walk, your posture, your voice, your gaze. So the next time you catch yourself slouching, shrinking, or apologizing for your presence, pause. Breathe. Stand tall. Walk with intention. Not because the world expects it, but because you deserve it. There is grace in the way you move, power in your stillness, confidence in the quiet way you claim your place. And the most beautiful thing? It's all already inside you. You just have to stand up and let it rise. You are not done. If there's one thing I hope you take from everything we've shared today, it's this simple truth. You are not done. No matter what age the calendar says, your story is still being written. You have not peaked. You have not passed your prime. You're not fading. You're evolving, quietly, gracefully, and powerfully. So often, the world tries to tell women after a certain age that they should step aside, that their beauty, their voice, their energy is behind them. But let me tell you, they are wrong. The truth is, this chapter of your life may be the most meaningful yet, not because you're doing more, but because you finally get to do it for you. You've raised others, worked hard, carried heavy things, physically and emotionally. You've said yes when you wanted to say no. You've held back so others could shine. But now is the time to return to yourself. Return to joy. Return to ease. Return to self-expression, softness, strength, style, and peace. You don't need permission to feel radiant. You don't need approval to take care of yourself. You don't need to be 20, 30, or 40 to be magnetic, beautiful, and deeply alive. All those things you used to admire in your younger self, the spark in your eyes, the bounce in your step, the confidence in your smile, they're still in you. They've just been waiting for you to come back and claim them. And when you stand tall, nourish your body, honor your skin, celebrate your style, and choose to take up space, the world starts to reflect that energy back to you. People notice, you notice, and most importantly, you start to feel like yourself again. So please do not shrink. Do not apologize. Do not sit quietly in the background unless that's where you truly want to be. Instead, walk forward, head high, heart open. Say yes to the things that excite you, even if they scare you just a little. Say no to the things that drain you, even if you've said yes for years. Compliment another woman. Accept the compliment given to you. Smile without a reason. Dress for the joy of it. And if no one has told you this lately, let me be the one to say it. You are still radiant. You are still worthy. And you are absolutely undeniably not done. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If something in this video spoke to your heart, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Tell me what you're rediscovering about yourself. Tell me what part of your spark is returning. And if you know another woman who needs to hear these words, please share this with her. Let's build this space into a true community where older women are not only seen, but celebrated. Because we're not fading, we're rising together.